Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. It's time for a review of the newest album from new wave band Neon Trees titled Pop Psychology. Before we get into that, I have a new channel. Have you not heard yet? It's called ARTV Entertainment, where I'm actually going to be covering TV shows, movies, movie news, predictions for upcoming TV seasons. Really, it's another passion of mine, and I wanted to have an outlet for that rather than just tweeting about, wow, that movie Oculus was really good. I want to go into detail and just kind of push my talents, my abilities, my reviewing skills, and just break out of the comfort zone, I guess. Right now, I'm in a comfort zone doing track reviews, music news, mainly album reviews. But anyways, if you would do me a favor, the link is going to be in the description, and right here you can click it anywhere you want. It'll take you to that new channel, ARTV Entertainment. If you would, do me a favor and subscribe, and there's going to be new content within the next 2 weeks that's going to start coming out regularly. Is the third time the charm? That's the question for the Neon Trees record, Pop Psychology. And I'm going to have to say that even though they went for something a little bit bolder, they just straight up went 80s. They did it in a way that just was not that creative or entertaining as a whole. And I'm a little bit disappointed with the outcome in such a mixed bag here on this record. There are definitely really standout and punchy tracks, and then there's tracks that kind of really try to channel their inner Alphaville, and it just comes off sounding replicated and overproduced. Take the track Voices in the Hall, for example. It's just a record that, like I said, is very either hit or miss. And that's not something that makes for a well-balanced, entertaining listen. Lead singer Tyler Glenn recently came out of the closet. I know that's kind of the big overshadowing thing for this record, but does it necessarily have anything to do with how we take the music in? No, so that's why I'm not going to make a big deal out of it like everyone else seems to want to. He has his own personal sexual preferences. So do I. I don't expect you to applaud for me. He doesn't expect you to applaud for him. He said that himself. So let's not get hung up on that. Overarching themes throughout this entire record is postmodern love. It's just love in the 21st century, as the opening song on the record obviously states by its title and its entire lyrical message. It gets a little bit overdone to me at times. The entire record is just about exploring sexuality and love in this modern era. And it's like, you know, I live here in the modern era and I don't necessarily perceive things the way that he necessarily does. The song Text Me in the Morning, for example, is one of the catchiest and most fun on the record, but lyrically, I kind of disagree with exactly what it's saying. You know, we've kind of lost ourselves. Maybe it is a message that's inadvertently trying to say that, that we've kind of lost ourselves. Instead of human confrontations, we do texting instead, or we're on Snapchat, or etc., etc. And I try to not get hung up on that necessarily, even though we are in the 21st century. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm really not a huge fan of that stuff in social media, social networking as a whole. I think there's a lot of great things about it, but I think it can also be detrimental and addicting. Sleeping with a Friend, the lead single from this record, is something that I wasn't a huge fan of at first, but it really has dug its way into my heart. That thing has grown on me so much and has turned into it's probably in my top 25 songs or singles of the year so far. It's a very new wave style track that reminds me something straight out of an 80s movie is the only thing I can really compare it to. It's extremely catchy, it's a little bit cheesy, as is much of this record, but this is definitely one of the standout tracks, along with American Zero, the one that closes out this record. In my opinion, the best song on this record. It's the perfect touch, it's a little bit sassy, it's a little bit in your face, it's saying, do this for me, I'm American. And that's the only reason you need. And I think it's kind of, a lot of this album, including this track, just kind of pokes fun at things. And on some tracks, I'm never sure if they're being serious or if they're just trying to make a statement or if they're poking fun. American Zero is a romp of guitars, synths. It's very slicked up and polished, but it sounds like a whole lot of alt-pop fun. There are many shiny and bright synthesizers that go through all throughout this record, shimmering guitar riffs that just sound super polished and a little bit too clean at times, and some actually interesting bass lines that added texture and a little bit of extra feeling and heart to some of the tracks. Teenager in Love is one of the cheesier tracks, along with Unavoidable. Unavoidable features the female vocals, and it's just, it just comes off sounding cheesy as a whole, with the whole back and forth and the whole lyrical message of the song. Foolish Behavior is another one that comes to mind when I think worst tracks on the record. First Things First is another one, and so I'm just kind of split. I'm kind of right down the middle. There's a lot of tracks that I do love: Living in Another World, American Zero, Sleeping with a Friend, Text Me in the Morning. I even enjoy the track Love in the 21st Century. So I'm not exactly sold on the record lyrically. I think it's a lot of fun if you're looking for some alternative pop music. It's kind of bubblegummy, not too offensive, not too sweet. It's kind of in between, and that's really all I can say about this record. 3 out of 5 from me. What did you guys think? Let me know your favorite tracks, what you thought about the record in the comment section down below. What do you think I should review next? Are you going to check out my channel? You don't have to answer that question, the new channel that is. I hope you do. Like I said, covering movies, TV, and really a lot of other stuff there. ARTV Entertainment. Thanks for watching, hitting the like button on this review, and subscribing to this channel as well as Beyond ARTV for anything music related. Feel free to leave any requests or any other thoughts you have in the comments, and I will see you guys very soon right here on Album Review TV, Beyond the Reviews.